Have you ever found yourself staring at a bookshelf, wondering which book to pick up next? Or maybe you've noticed that reading doesn't come as easily as it used to. Perhaps your focus drifts, or you feel like your memory isn't as sharp when you're trying to follow a story. If that sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not alone. Many people in their 60s, 70s and beyond experience changes in how their brains process information. But here's the good news. Reading is one of the most powerful ways to keep your mind active and healthy, no matter your age. And today, I want to share with you 6 books that aren't just enjoyable to read. They're specifically chosen because they can help boost your brain health after retirement. Now, before we dive into the books, let me explain why this matters so much. As we age, our brains need a little extra care, just like the rest of our bodies. Reading challenges your mind in ways that other activities might not. It strengthens memory, improves focus, and even helps with emotional well-being. Think of it like taking your brain to the gym. The right books can stretch your thinking, introduce new ideas, and keep those mental muscles strong. In this video, we'll go over 6 books that are not only engaging, but also designed to give your brain a workout. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's talk about the first couple of books on this list. Before we dive into the first book, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up. It helps me share more valuable wisdom for our golden years with others who need it. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a single video. Let me know what you think. If you enjoy this video, drop a 1 in the comments. If it wasn't quite your style, comment 0, your feedback. Helps me create better content just for you. Alright, let's get started. The first book I want to share with you is The Brain That Changes Itself by Doidge. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds kind of technical, but trust me, it's anything but dry. This book is all about neuroplasticity, which is just a fancy way of saying that your brain can change and adapt, even as you get older. Doidge shares incredible stories of people who have overcome serious challenges, like strokes, learning disabilities, and even blindness, by rewiring their brains. What I love about this book is that it's full of hope. It reminds us that our brains are capable of amazing things, no matter our age. And while it's packed with science, it's written in a way that's easy to understand and incredibly inspiring. If you've ever doubted your ability to learn something new or pick up a skill later in life, this book will change your perspective. Plus, it's a great conversation starter if you're meeting friends for coffee or chatting with your grandkids. Now, let's move on to the second book, Still Alice by Genova. This one takes a slightly different approach. It's a novel, but it's based on real science. The story follows Alice, a brilliant linguistics professor who begins to notice subtle changes in her memory. Over time, she's been diagnosed with early-onset Alzheimer's disease. Now, I know this might sound heavy, but hear me out. What makes this book so powerful is the way it humanizes the experience of memory loss. It's not just a story about illness, it's about resilience, family, and finding meaning even in difficult circumstances. For anyone concerned about brain health, this book offers a window into understanding how memory works and what we can do to protect it. It's also a reminder of the importance of staying mentally active and connected to loved ones. After reading this, you might find yourself more motivated than ever to take steps to keep your own brain sharp. Before we move on to the next book, let me ask you something. Have you ever read a book that completely changed the way you think about aging or your own abilities? If so, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Sharing stories like that can be such a wonderful way to connect with others who are on a similar journey. And speaking of journeys, let's talk about the third book on our list. This one is all about unlocking your creativity and rethinking what's possible after retirement. The third book I want to share with you is Big Magic: Creative Living Beyond Fear by Gilbert. Now, you might be thinking, what does creativity have to do with brain health? Well, as it turns out, quite a lot. Engaging in creative activities, whether it's writing, painting, gardening, or even cooking, can stimulate neural pathways and keep your mind sharp. Gilbert's book isn't just for artists or writers, it's for anyone who's ever had a dream or a curiosity they've been too afraid to pursue. She talks about the importance of embracing creativity without fear of failure or judgment. One of my favorite takeaways from this book is the idea that inspiration is available to everyone, not just a select few. It encourages you to try new things, explore hobbies you've always been curious about, and let go of the pressure to be perfect. If you've ever thought, "I'm too old to start something new," this book will give you the nudge you need to prove yourself wrong. Who knows? You might discover a hidden talent or passion that brings joy and purpose to your life. Now, let's talk about the fourth book, which takes us in a slightly different but equally important direction. It's called The Art of Hearing Heartbeats by Jan-Philipp Sendker. This novel is a beautiful reminder of the power of storytelling and how it can connect us to our emotions and memories. Set in Burma, it tells the story of a young woman who travels to a remote village to uncover the mystery of her father's disappearance. Along the way, she learns about love, resilience, and the deep bonds that tie families together. What makes this book so impactful for brain health is the way it engages your imagination and emotional intelligence. Reading stories like this can help you reflect on your own life experiences and relationships, which is a great mental exercise. Plus, it's just a heartwarming and uplifting read that reminds us of the beauty in human connection. After finishing this book, you might find yourself wanting to share your own stories with loved ones, or even write them down for future generations. At this point, you might be wondering how these books are chosen, not just for their content, but for the way they challenge your brain in different ways. Each one offers something unique, whether it's sparking creativity, encouraging emotional reflection, or teaching you something new about how the mind works. And speaking of learning, the fifth book on our list is all about expanding your knowledge in a way that's both fun and accessible. The fifth book I want to share with you is Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. Now, this might sound like a heavy read, but trust me, it's anything but boring. Harari takes us on a fascinating journey through the history of humanity, from the earliest days of our ancestors to the modern world we live in today. What makes this book so great for brain health is the way it challenges you to think critically and see the bigger picture. It's not just about memorizing facts, it's about understanding how we've evolved as a species and how our minds have adapted over time. For example, Harari explores how storytelling and shared beliefs have shaped human societies, which can give you a whole new perspective on why we connect with books, movies, and even each other. Reading something like Sapiens can be a mental workout because it encourages you to question assumptions and think deeply about the world around you. Plus, it's packed with interesting anecdotes that make it feel more like a conversation than a history lesson. If you've ever wanted to impress your grandkids with some fun facts about humanity, this book is a goldmine. Now, let's wrap things up with the sixth and final book on our list, Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. This one is a classic for a reason, and it's especially meaningful if you're thinking about how to live a fulfilling life after retirement. The book is based on Albom's real-life experiences visiting his former college professor, Morrie Schwartz, who is nearing the end of his life due to ALS. Through their weekly conversations, Morrie shares profound wisdom about love, work, family, and what truly matters in life. What I love most about this book is how it reminds us that aging isn't just about decline. It's also an opportunity to reflect on what gives life meaning. Reading Tuesdays with Morrie can inspire you to focus on the relationships and passions that bring you joy, rather than getting caught up in the small stuff. It's a gentle nudge to live intentionally and cherish every moment. And honestly, isn't that what we all want as we grow older? As we come to the end of this list, I hope you're feeling inspired to pick up one or all of these books. Each one offers something unique, whether it's sparking creativity, teaching you something new, or encouraging you to reflect on your own life. The beauty of reading is that it's never too late to start. You don't have to read quickly or finish every book you begin. The act of engaging with a story or idea is what matters most. It's like giving your brain a little gift every time you open a book. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Have any of these books caught your interest? Or maybe you've already read one of them and have thoughts to share. Drop a comment below. I always enjoy hearing from you. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're always sharing tips and ideas to help you live your best life at any age. Here's to keeping our minds sharp, our hearts full, and our lives rich with stories. Thank you for spending this time with me. And remember, no matter where you are in life, there's always room for growth, learning, and joy. Happy reading.